Hello everyone. In this video we'll start solving question number 41 to question number 50 from chapter 1 making measurements. Let's look at question number 41. Which row shows the best choice of measuring instrument to obtain accurate values for the distances shown? So to measure the diameter of a wire, the best instrument we can use is a micrometer screw gauge. And to measure height of a bench, we can use a meter rule. And to find the length of laboratory, the best choice of instrument would be a measuring tape. So let's find out the option which is most suitable. So it is micrometer screw gauge, meter rule and measuring instrument. So the correct answer is option D. The diagram shows the dimensions of a solid rectangular block of metal of mass m, which expression can be used to calculate the density of the metal. So the density is defined as mass per volume. So mass is already known to us, the mass is small m. The volume of a cuboid is given by length times breadth times height. So in this case it is P times Q times R. So m upon P times Q times R will be the answer. So the correct option is option B. Question 43. The diagram shows 4 pieces of laboratory apparatus. Which piece of apparatus are used to find density of liquid? The density of liquid can be found out just by using a balance and the measuring cylinder. So we can keep the measuring cylinder on the balance, then we can tear the balance, then we can add a certain amount of liquid, so we know the volume from here, then the mass will be read from the balance itself. So the correct option is balance and measuring cylinder, so it's option B. Question 44. A measuring cylinder contains 30 cm cube of liquid. Some more of the liquid is added until the liquid level reaches the 50 cm cube mark. The reading on the balance increases by 30 gram. What is the density of the liquid? So as of now we don't know what's exact reading on the balance, but we know initially we have taken 30 ml of liquid or 30 cm cube. Now we have added some more liquid, so the liquid reaches 50 cm cube mark. So this is 50 cm cube and we have initial volume of 30 cm cube. So now we are adding 50 minus 30, which is 20 cm cube of liquid. So the volume of liquid which we have added is 20 cm cube, and we have to measure what is the mass of this 20 cm cube of liquid. And we know the reading on the balance increases by 30 gram, which means the mass of the liquid or mass of 20 cm cube of liquid is 30 grams. Now we can use formula for density. Density equals mass over volume. So it is 30 over 20, 3 by 2, or we can also write as 1.5 gram per cm cube. So the correct answer is option C. Question 45. A student carries out an experiment to find the density of a rock. Which two quantity does the student need to make to determine the density of the rock? So now to find the density of the rock, we need to find what is the mass of the rock. So we can clearly find from this one, the mass of the rock is 264 minus 200, which is 64 gram. Then the student has to find what is the increase in volume. Initially we had this volume of liquid. Now the volume has increased to some other reading. So we have to find what is this change in volume. That will give us the volume of the rock. So by using density equals mass by volume, we can find out what is the density of the rock. So the things which are needed is increase in mass, then increase in volume of the liquid. So the correct answer is option A. Question 46. Which substance in the table has the lowest density? So for each of them we have to find the density. We have been given with mass and volume. Let's write down for nylon. For nylon, right, mass is 1.2 and volume is 1.0. So the nylon has a density of 1.2 gram per cm cube. Next we have cotton. Cotton has the mass of 1.5 gram and the volume of cotton taken is 1.0 cm cube. So the density will be equal to 1.5 gram per cm cube. Next we will take a look at olive oil. The density of olive oil is given by the mass over volume of this substance which we have taken. So the mass is 1.8 grams and volume is 2 cm cube, 2.0. So 1.8 over 2.0 is 0.9 gram per cm cube. Then in the end we have taken water. Density equals 2.0 over 2.0. So this is 1.0 gram per cm cube. Now out of these four we have to find the substance with the lowest density. So from here we can see that olive oil has the least density. So the correct answer is olive oil. So it is option C. Question 47. The mass of an empty flask is 34 gram. The volume of the liquid added to the flask is 20 cm cube. The total mass of the flask and the liquid is 50 gram. What is the density of the liquid? Now to find the density of the liquid, we have to find what is the mass of the liquid added. So initial mass was 34 gram. That was mass of the empty bottle. The final mass is 50 gram, which is mass of the bottle and the liquid. To find the mass of the liquid, we can take the difference in mass. So this will be equal to 50 minus 34, so which is 16 grams. So 16 gram is the mass of the liquid and we have taken 20 cm cube of liquid. So volume is given to us, volume is 20 cm cube. Let's write down the density formula for density. Density equals mass over volume. This will be equal to 16 over 20, which is 0.8 gram per cm cube. Mass is taken in terms of grams and liquid is measured in terms of cm cube. The volume of liquid is measured in terms of cm cube. So the final answer has to be in terms of gram per cm cube. So the correct answer is option A, 0.80 gram per cm cube. A measuring cylinder contains 40 cm cube of water. A stone of mass 94 gram is lowered into the water so that it is fully submerged as shown. What is the density of the stone? Let's find out what is the initial volume of water. So the initial volume is 40 cm cube and now we have to determine what is the final volume. For the final volume, let's look at this enlarged image. So we have 70. So each graduation is 1 cm cube. So we have 75 out here and the lower meniscus hits 76 cm cube mark. So the final volume is 76 cm cube. Then volume of the stone will be equal to the final volume minus the initial volume, and this is 76 minus 40. So the volume of the stone is 36 cm cube. Now let's find the mass. The mass is also given in the question. Mass of the stone is 94 gram. So density is given by mass by volume, 94 over 36. For this, let's use our calculator. (94) divided by 36 is 2.61. Let's write that down here. So it is 2.61 gram per cm cube. So the nearest answer is 2.6. So we can check this and we can say, okay, this is the nearest answer. It is option D, 2.6 gram per cm cube. Let's look at question 49. The tank shown has the dimension of 5.0 meter times 4 meter times 4 meter. It is completely filled with water of density 1000 kg per meter cube. What is the mass of the water in the tank? So now we have a tank which has the length, breadth and height as shown in the figure. We also know the density of water. We have to calculate what is the mass of water. So let's write down what is known to us. We know density. So density equals 1000 kg per meter cube. Then we know volume. Volume can be figured out. So volume is length times breadth times height. So it is 5 times 4 times 4. So 5 4s are 20, 24s are 80. So this is 80 meter cube. This is the volume. We have to find mass. Mass is unknown to us. Let's write down density equals mass by volume. So, or you can write mass by volume equals density. If I substitute mass over 80 equals density is 1000. So, if I take mass as a subject, mass will be equal to 1000 times 80, that will be equal to 80,000 kilograms. So the correct answer is 80,000 kilograms. Now, so if you want to know how I got kg and not grams, we have to check with the units once. So here density has a unit of kg per meter cube. So let's write this down, kg upon meter cube, times volume has the density of meter cube. Let's write down meter cube here. So here meter cube and meter cube gets cancelled and we'll be left with kg. That remains in the final answer. Let's look at question 50. A small bottle has a mass of 20 gram when empty. The volume of the bottle is 10 cm cube. When full of liquid, the total mass is 150 grams. What is the density of the liquid? So we know the initial mass of the container. The empty container has a mass of 20 grams. Then after filling it with liquid, the mass of the container is 150 grams. Now we have to find out what is the actual mass of the liquid. So the actual mass of the liquid will be equal to the final mass minus the initial mass, which is 150 minus 20, which is 130 grams. And we know what is the volume. Volume is 10 cm cube. We'll write down density equals mass by volume. So it is 130 upon 10. This is equal to 13 grams per cm cube. So correct answer is option C.